Hi guys, welcome to this episode of the Nomad podcast. So in this episode, just going to share about some of the previous trades that I've taken in the last 2 weeks or so, right? So we can see that this covers a few different stocks itself, and I've taken different positions, right? So this is just to share about some thoughts that went in the thought process, right? That went into placing these trades. Okay, so first of all, the context was right. The market had actually dumped quite substantially around this time. Okay, so this was around the last week of July, and with this, the put contracts actually increased in value, right? So they actually became more valuable, and with that, right, also because the stock's actually gone to a low, right? So in that case, because everything is cheaper and the put contracts became more valuable, so I was able to actually sell some put contracts, right, for a higher price to get more premiums, and at the same time lower the strike price, right, that I could choose. Okay, so if you look at the case here, I actually sold the AMD puts, right, due on 2nd August, right, which is last week. And this was at a strike price of 135. And I had also sold Tesla put, right, 2nd August at 205. And similarly, right, I've sold the NVIDIA put at 105, expiring on 9th of August, right? And you can see that at the moment of the screenshot, these profits were actually quite pretty well. So what happened was because I saw that these were fundamentally quite good stocks, right? And they had actually become much cheaper. So it was time to actually collect some of these shares if, let's say, the contract, right, actually on the expiration date of the contract itself, right, this share prices actually touched the strike price, right, or it falls under. So I'm actually okay, right, buying these shares in my portfolio. So I before or instead of just buying the shares up front, right, I decided to actually sell the puts. So this was good because I'm able to collect some premium up front before I actually buy. Right, so I promised to buy, let's say here, 100 shares of AMD, 100 shares of Tesla, and 100 shares of NVIDIA. Right, so if you want to see how much capital was committed, right, just simply multiply the strike prices by 100, then you can see how much cash we need to actually buy these shares, right? Now, of course, at the same time, with the AMD shares, with the AMD put, right, collected 320 upfront. Then with the Tesla put, collected 220 upfront, and with this Nvidia put, collected 187 upfront, right? So before spending on anything, right, I already collected about 600 plus US dollars, right, on these three positions. Now, these contracts here, they are actually so at this point when it was screenshot, right, this stocks actually been rising. Okay, so it was getting further and further away from this strike prices, making it less likely, right, not entirely unlikely, but less likely that these contracts will be exercised. That means someone will be forcing me to buy these shares at these prices, right, these strike prices. So in that case, the contracts became less valuable, right? So suppose now at this point I decide to close the contract, right? So what I do is I simply just buy back the contract, but I will only buy back at a lower price, right? So let's say for AMD at this moment, I'm just buying back at $21. So I collected 320, but I'm just spending $20 to buy it back, right? So that will negate my obligation. That means this contract is now no more, right? I've closed my position and I have profited $300, right? Let's say for Tesla, right? Similarly, I got 220 at the start and now it would cost about $23 to buy back the contract, right? So then that will close the position. So once the position is closed, I will have no more obligation to buy these shares, right? My capital in that sense is now free. It is not tied up to actually be held so that I have to be ready to buy the shares, right? So don't have to. Okay, then the other position here is a longer term AMD, right? So we see that this strike price is 150 and the expiration date is at about 20 December 2024, right? So when I bought this contract, it was at about 4 to 5 months away. So that gives me more of a time, right, to play around. Okay, so in this case, the approach was because AMD had actually fallen substantially, right? And then I felt that it was time to pick up the shares, but because I didn't want to just buy shares or 100 shares for that matter, and tie up so much capital, right? So instead, because I was bullish on AMD, I decided to buy a call contract, right? So and it's just one, which cost me about 1,500 US dollars. Okay, and it decided to hold. Right, so in that case, I had a longer time horizon. I wasn't looking to close the position within the day itself, right? But more likely to let it run for a while to see how much further AMD could actually go. Okay, and of course, on this day where the screenshot was taken, it has gone up quite substantially. So this was at about 29% profit, right? So I've actually profited about 450 if I decide to close the position. Okay, so and of course, again, right, right now, as of the time of recording in August, right, it's still a few months to go, right, for this to expire. So I'm still able to hold on, okay, not for too long because otherwise the time decay is going to be quite bad. But otherwise, I'm still able to see how this turns out. All right, interested to learn more, right, about how the whole option trading process works, right? From looking at the charts to understanding the company fundamentals and how to select the specific options and so on, right? I've actually put together a membership, right? So this is different from the usual option trading course out there in the market, right? Because typically we are paying a higher price, right, in the hundreds or the thousands in order to learn the whole strategy, the system. And usually there will be a time limit set, right? It could be a 2-day workshop, 3-day workshop, and it comes at quite a high price. So if it's on a lower price, then it could be all completed, right, within a short let's say a few days, and then you're on your own, right? Or let's say if you are going for a membership where it's let's say for one year and so on, usually costs in the thousands, right? But because here our purpose is to make trading more affordable, more accessible to everyone. So this membership that I've created, right, will consist of regular updates on the market situation, market outcomes, and also various training videos to look at how the option trading strategy works, and much more content to be added on along the way. All right, so if you guys are interested, do check out the link in the video below, right? And right now, because we are just launching this product itself, so there will be some early bird discounts, right, that we can use to enroll ourselves and to start our trading journey, right? So if you guys are interested in this, then I will see you in the training portal. All right, so see you guys. Goodbye.